So it's in between those two bones. Okay, that's the upside of this. So again, just more pictures of the proximal and distal radial ulnar joints. This is what happens in your forearm when you pronate. Okay, that's what you got to remember is when you pronate, those bones cross over one another. So when you've got somebody that's had an injury, they put in hardware, chances are they're not going to be able to fully do some of this stuff just because that hardware gets in the way of that crossover. Okay. Pronation, supination, just a reminder. Okay, radial ulnar joints. We've got one proximal, one distal. They're separate joints, but they kind of function together as one joint because you're not going to use one without the other. Okay. So obviously the movement is pronation and supination. And the radius rotates around the ulna. The ulna stays stable due to its bony shape and how it's connected to the humerus. The radius is the one that moves. Okay. And range of motion is measured from a neutral to 90 degrees of supination and about 80 degrees of pronation. So you know how to measure that now, right? Mm-hmm. So just a reminder, if we're going to start, this is our anatomical position, but when we come up, this is a rotational motion, so we've got to find that middle ground. This is your neutral. Supination, neutral, pronation. Okay? That's the key to learning how to measure it, is remembering where to start neutral. Okay? Any of your rotational motions that you've got to start from a neutral point, you pretty much have to be sure that you measure your zero to make sure that you've got it. Okay. Once you get zero, then you know you've got it, but it may be that you can't go a whole lot further in supination, perhaps, or you may be stuck one way or the other.
For purpose of the practical, can we do either one, the pencil?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
what's that? For the pronation and supination for the goniometer.
There's two ways to measure it. You can either, rest the goniometer on the forearm, or you could have them hold a pencil and kind of use the pencil as your guide.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of those is going to be acceptable.
Okay.
But the caveat is you're going to put in your note what?
That
Which
we use
one
the
you
pencil.
used.
Which method you used.
Would that
So-
be called pencil method?
Supination measured holding a pencil. This is just a, sort of that relaxed position again. Okay. Yipes, more muscles. Okay, the good news is, origins and insertions for these muscles, yes. These, I'm not gonna hound you on quite so bad. The main things are the flexors or the medial epicondyle, the extensors, and the lateral epicondyle. Okay, I might want you to make a distinction between flexor, digitorum, superficialis, and profundus. Okay, so let's just look at these. So we've got brachialis, brachioradialis, biceps supinator, triceps inconius, pronator teres, and pronator quadratus. Huh?
BBBS.
All right, so we can break them down into groups, though, like your trail guide does, right? So, huh?
Yes.
I was looking for validation.
I'm sorry, you said the flex.